I mean, I was always fascinated with the battles that took place in ancient Hawaii, and to see some of the weapons, which I know we have here. I would love for Drena, if your wife could maybe pass one of these weapons. Imagine going into battle hand to hand. Okay, you're not standing 100 feet away shooting people. You're not pressing buttons and sending bombs into civilizations. You are literally mano a mano, you know, alongside all of your trusted warriors
and your wives
and your wives with weapons like this. These are actual weapons that you make, correct?
Yeah. When I'm not painting, I call this my sawdust therapy. So this shaft was given to me. I had another piece of wood, but I spent a lot of time with Wright Bowman Sr. He was a wonderful Hawaiian treasure. And him and his son were influential in building up the hokulea. So I traded out, he gave me that. And then an old Japanese Hawaiian man that lived at right by Liliuokalani Church in, where's that? Haleiwa. His name is George Fujinaga. He was the master of making stone implements from the ball peen hammer. And he made this for me.
What is this called?
This is called a Newa, N-E-W-A,
Newa.
Stone Club, and even in battle, bro, when that's all strategic places, like especially with the shark tooth club, So maybe use the club to just stop the guy in his tracks, but then you'll go for the juggler. With his main arteries so he's gonna bleed out. He's gonna bleed out because once you get gashed with something like that, this is Kauai kauila now. You see how different the color is. But tiger shark teeth, I call it my chainsaw. Kaha Toledo made this for me. I make a lot of stuff too, but they like my art, so we trade a lot.
Oh.
And Kaha's excellent. He's a Lua guy, lives in Kahalu. And this is Rami, or made from banana stump. Not Senate, but banana stump. It just says, amazing. But
so club over the head to the jugular.
Oh, over here, underneath here, by your kind, and you're bleeding out, bro. You're done. Next. Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is Kauila. This is Big Island Kauila. But you can see how dense it is. It sinks.
Oh, brah.
Yeah, it sinks.
It sinks. This is wood that sinks.
This one is neat because I call it my Palawa club. You see the whale? You see the sperm whale?
Yes, I do. I do. Which was also a very important animal in Native Hawaii.
And that's another story later for why everybody wants Oahu. Oh. Because the whales used to come die at Kuloa.
Kuloa Ranch, that area, they used to die there.
We don't know why.
Harvest.
It's like Tarzan movies, the elephants go someplace and die,
Yes.
This was the spot. So all the island guys, that was another crown jewel on Oahu. If you get Oahu, you have access to the Palawa, the whale ivory.
Okay.
And so a lot of them wanted that. Kahikili wanted that bad. And this is just a fun one I made with the Parker coat of arms. Had a big piece of koa. So I put them. There's 92 different Parker coat of arms, but ours is the 3 with the arrows going down. A Parker was the one that took care of the king's forest and stuff like that. And it was black and yellow, but I just fooling around, bro. Just making like a blend. Yeah, so
it's interesting how the Parker side has a relationship with Kamehameha. You know what I mean? And so like you're Hawaiian in a lot of different aspects, or your connection anyway. This is nuts. I mean, for somebody to literally go confidently into a battle with this and one of these clubs, I could just imagine the type of kane that was. Or I mean, even Wahine. Yeah. Right? The Wahine used to yield this kind too.
Expert too, yeah.
Jeez, bro.
But maybe a little bit more sleek, maybe like a duckle nuster. You don't really need to have, just need enough to cut, and you're fast with your hands. So
I have a feeling that modern human beings wouldn't be so inclined to go to war if they had to fight like Hawaiians.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you see the eyes, the face, and all of that. Yeah,
and you have to actually physically.
You see other human beings.
Yes, you're not pressing buttons.
Yeah.
But
deep stuff. Bro.
Very deep stuff. I did also want to talk about one other story that you told me about. The Hawaii's version of 300, Sparta.
That's the one when Oahu chief, his name is Numahana. A lot of these chiefs I've been noticing in my studies, when they get old, I don't know what happens, bro. Alzheimer's, or they don't listen to anybody. Tell me what to do. So this Maui chief, I think his name was one of the way back, I'm sorry, I don't have his name right now, but he was told by his kahuna, you cannot go to Oahu right now. We're not strong enough. Okay, don't tell me what to do, bro. I'm the king. I'm not telling me what to do. We're going over there, and we're going to kick their okole, and I'm going to get Oahu, and then I can get some ivory and stuff like that. So he goes, and he's annihilated his invasion force at Waikiki. And unfortunately, the king of Oahu, I guess he was having a bad day. He cut off that king's head, and Ali'i Nui, Ali'i Nui is his name. Mm-hmm. And he defecates and urinates in it. So when the Maui guys hear that, bro, I don't care, we're not strong enough. Nobody does that to Ali'i. So Kahuna tells them, the rest of you can go, but you're going to end up like him. You're not strong enough. And that king, Oahu king, was Kakuihewa's son. Ka'ihi kapu Kakuihewa. Like I said, not judging, but he had a bad day. So they make a blood vow, bro. We're going to settle this score when we're strong enough. The great Oahu king, Kuali'i, comes after that, after Kakuihewa. He's paranoid. He don't want anybody desecrating his bones like what they did to the Maui guys. So he tells his kahuna, when I die, you hide me good now. Don't worry, boss, I got you. So Kuali'i dies. They have this big funeral in Kailua, a place called Pamoa. It's by where Palapawai market is. They had a big complex over there. Kakuihewa started it. There was a training center for anybody that interested. Kakuihewa was another guy. He never really had bad blood with any other chiefs, but that was the learning center. And so they're at the funeral. He's dead. The Maui guys sit right by the Oahu kahuna. Bruh, you ain't hide them good or what? Remember what you guys did to us. We're going to find them, bruh. All night, trying to eat, mind your own business. They poke in the cage. Finally, the Oahu kahuna gets up. He says, I'm confident that you will not find my ali'i because I have hidden him in 100 living tombs. But they look inside the room. There's about 100 guys. They all eating on big pot poi, calabash. He ain't grind up the bones, put them in a poi, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. He said, you desecrate my ali'i, you desecrate yourselves. He's in you. They all laugh. Oh, bro. Bravo. You got us. Fast forward to Kahekili, okay? Oahu King's Numuhana's acting up. This is another 100 years after. He replaces him with his nephew, Kahahana. I did one of the portraits. Kahahana was his nephew. He raised him when he was little. He's a man now. Told his nephew, Uncle, going to miss you. Just give me part of one little ahupua of Oahu. You still got the rest. I'll just want kuloa. No problem, Uncle. I give you. But when he comes to Oahu, his kahuna nui, Ka'opulupulu tells him, boy, you should have talked to me first. You cannot give him that. That's what makes Oahu strong. Mm-hmm. All the iwi in Kaneho'olani. And that's where the whales come. So when Kahekili hears that, his nephew went against his word. He's not happy. Kahekili's kahuna nui, Kaleopulupulu, is Ka'opulupulu's little brother. They never get along. So when I talk to the kids in school nowadays, when I tell them about sibling rivalry, I say, how much you guys get sibling rivalry? About 90%. I say, you guys got to oki that. Because you cannot let this permeate and continue. You got to aloha, forgive, and move on. Generations can happen. So getting back to the story. Unfortunately, Kahahana believes the lies of his Maui kahuna. He kills Ka'opulupulu and his son. But before he kills them, he tells them, the kahuna tells Kahana, you never listen to me, bro. I was always your friend. You kill me, we tattoos our knees. They call it kuli, because you're deaf, and this is the sign. You're not going to have any increase, brah. You're done. No more ancestors or descendants for you. You're going to do that to us. He kills them, yeah. Kahekili hears. He sends his shock troops, his pahapu, 600 guys. So he just poke around, like a good... And they land at Waikiki. All guys get together. Said, we heard about these guys, these pahapu, they're tough, but you know what? We'll really test them out. We'll only take 8 of our top guys, and they do a commando raid. 8 against 600.
8 against 600. And we also have a painting of, that, yeah. of them running, right? So we'll put that
super
up.
Focused, bro.
Super focused. Yeah. And they
with their Oahu-style palawas, they never carve them like the Big Island guys. They kept it right out of the whale like that. They like that. That's how they rolled. I don't know. When you see that palau, you know that's Oahu guys.
Like a natural formation of the bone ivory.
Like so,
okay. 8 guys on 600.
They kill hundreds and hundreds of these Maui guys. Yeah, all expert lure men, all expert in finding the juggler and finding your bleed out points. And They lived to fight another battle. They never saw the movie 300. They never heard of Sparta. It's our own bad. Now, why don't you hear about that story more? Because Maui won the war. When Kahekili came full force, Oahu guys did good. They killed another one of his favorite generals. And because that happened, Kahekili commits genocide. Oh. Men, women, children. And to settle an old score, bruh. Remember when the other chief came? Yeah. Kohi Aimoka Akama, I think was his name. When he came, he got cut off.
Yeah.
They never forget.
Okay.
Hawaiians, they forgive, but they don't forget. Huh? You hear that.
They forgive, don't forget.
But that's not really forgiving, right? But anyway, so that's what happens. And the Oahu lines come to an end. So Maui guys are here now. So when Kamehameha comes later, that's the Maui guys, Oahu guys gone. I thought. I had the big painting in my booth at the Hawaiian Convention in 2014. That's an event they have at the convention center. You get Kanakas from Kauai to Ka'u there, talking about different subjects. On the last day of the event, a gentleman walks in my booth, right up to the big painting. He goes, "That's Pupuka." I said, "Yeah, bro, how you know that?" He said, "That's my tutu man." I paused. No, bro, I just said, I thought everybody died. This guy knows the name. That was one name in the story that I remember. And so I joke with him. I said, "Pupuka mean you ugly, yeah, bro? But you're not ugly. Your parents give you that name so the evil spirits don't bother you, yeah, and leave you alone when you're baby." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You're the artist, bro." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I was watching you put that up the first day, bro. I was talking to my tutu man." Pause. "What you mean, bro?" He said, "They all came to see the painting." "What?" "Bruh, they all came to see your painting and they loved it because they're being remembered." "You know what Pupuka was?" I go, "I think it was one of the generals." He says, "Pupuka was Kahahana's son. And it was his idea to do the commando raid. And they were successful. But, they lost the war. But he escaped to Kauai and he changed his last name. That's why you're talking to me." I said, "Oh, brother, that's not in a book, eh?" He goes, "Not going to be in any book, bro. What's your guy's new last name?" "Ma Kane Ole." Ma, family. Close associates. Kane, man. Ole, without. Man without a family.
Wow.
Last year, January, I'm on Kauai for 4 days. The Kaumoli'i Association sent me up. I did lectures with my art to a lot of the Hawaiian immersion elementary and high schools on Kauai in Waimea. I was in Waimea for 4 days. I was in Waimea Middle School sharing the story. Only had less than an hour, the bell rang, and I couldn't finish that story. So kids were going to the next class. One little girl was waiting on the side. She told her teacher, "I got to ask Anakala a question." I said, "Yes, baby, come." She goes, "You forgot to tell us the last name." I go, "Oh, yeah, ran out of time. What's the new last name? You forgot." I said, "Makana Ole, man without a family." She goes, "That's my last name."
Wow.
Give me a hug. I said, "Thank you for sharing." I said, "What's your first name?" She goes, "Kulia." Like Kulia Ikanu'u. Yeah, striving for the no forgiver. So the final night is the last night. I'm at Waimea Town. They have a big event. Over 100 people came to hear the talks. And she brought her mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa. They waited after the event to talk to me. And the mom came up to me and she says, "When my daughter came home from school yesterday, she's very quiet. She's even quiet at home. She don't talk to anybody, but she was so excited." She says, Mom, you got to meet Anakala Brook. He knows our stories. He has pictures." So she came. And the mom said that they were so excited, but mom also mentioned to me that even after the battle and even after all of that, Makana Oles were continued to be hunted down and killed. There are very few of them left today.
Survivors.
That's not in the book, bro.
So you're connecting the dots for people.
It's amazing the stuff that happens. It's very humbling and very sobering at the same time, bro. So we talk about stuff like this. You cannot make it up, bro.
Well, tell me this.